if I could. Anyway. Find that high.
Yeah, that's the song.
That's the one.
That's a facsimile of it.
Sancho, and I'd slap her ass down.
Papa Cap and Sancho. Mm-hmm.
So he OD'd, huh? That was...
Yeah.
He was clean for like 9 or 10 months.
Oh,
Went back on the wagon one time.
Took too much, man. He took too much.
You took too much. I like the lighting in here. Way better than on the other one. Yeah, God, it's just...
We're about the business. The other one's about the pleasure.
Old Schmeed's first.
What's that from?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh, okay. It sounds like some kind of gangster movie.
You can use it for one of your things if you want.
Thank you.
You spend enough time around me, you're going to get some good shit on
Oh,
me.
yeah. There's plenty of great dialogue.
You're going to get some good shit, man.
You spew cinematic dialogue.
I don't believe that.
Call in on Social Show now. Get your guys' voicemails in now so we don't miss them.
The number is 1-800.
That's not true.
Team
Surreal Talk,
Eric.
Shut up. SurrealTalkPodcast.com. Click on the thing. Do the thing. The thing is need to be done.
That's a real number.
Who's first?
Today, old Schmeed was first.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello, Governor.
Call Armand a
Old
dick for me,
Schmeed.
please, Armand.
Can we?
You're a dick.
Armand,
Who asked for
you
that?
are
Who made that
such
request?
a dick,
That would have been
Armand.
Victor Sanchez.
Oh, thanks, Victor.
Fucking
What's up,
cock.
Victor? We got you.
Penis.
Dick.
Johnson.
No reasonable
Cock.
Hard on.
request will be denied.
Flaccid.
Pecker.
Pecker,
Okay.
yeah.
Why am I a dick? I want to know.
Oh, Victor, now you got to explain
Victor,
yourself.
yeah, please.
He called you out.
I'll try to improve.
I didn't really think it mattered.
I'll try to get
It
longer.
doesn't.
He says he loves you.
Oh,
So-
thanks, Victor.
He loves you, you
See, I can
stupid prick.
take criticism, constructive or destructive.
He says you got a weird nose, too. I don't see where he's coming from.
You
From
wanna run
Brian,
from
if you,
this?
if you want to. If you
Eric,
wouldn't
let me
mind.
know when you hop on Halo again. Oh, for sure. It'll be tonight.
Is this shit working?
I do want to get a sign made, though, that says press record.
Probably a good idea. What else we got running on this fucking machine?
See, I can't read all that. Who else is on? When are we going to get our big screen TV in here?
I have the TV. I have the mount. I just don't have the.
Yeah, you
fuck
don't have
you.
the motivation.
How dare you?
All right. By next week?
No. Maybe.
By next year?
Definitely.
For what?
Next Christmas.
What we got here? Oh, is this the candy?
Yeah, he said by October 1st,
What?
the shirts. Remember?
Oh, yeah, it was something different though. He was talking about.
Oh.
He
Talking
wants to
about
know where the
our
TV.
TV. I can't read anybody's comments.
Why don't you get with your laptop? Get on the chat and participate. Your fans want to talk to you.
Yeah, you totally could, Armand.
They
We are
can't
just
see my
dropping the
face.
shit out.
Victor says Armand should start his own sex cult.
You know, I was just thinking about it. That's a good idea, Victor. I mean, this guy got away with it. Why the hell can I get away
This
with it?
wasn't a sex cult.
Yeah, technically, but
Well, technically,
Koresh
which is
got
the
it.
perfect type of correct.
Well, he should have. That's a low life. I mean, Koresh had the right idea.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was fucking everybody.
Yeah. And then
Donna's in on your sex cult. Just saying.
all right, Charles Manson. Those guys knew what to do.
Dude, again,
Donna can cook too. She
What's
can
doing
cook for
it
the
again?
cult.
It's dropping frames.
my computer won't hardly even
Mine's
connect
looking
to it.
fine. Hit refresh.
I did twice.
Hit it again, brah.
I've done it since I've been back in here.
Well, then close out your tab and start a new tab.
I don't close fucking tabs, okay?
Oh, hey, will you hit the red button? We have an on-air light now.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Now it's official.
We are on air.
You know.
Doesn't have anything in here.
Yeah.
We probably should have put one on both sides.
You
so
would
you can
think,
tell it's
yeah,
working.
the monitor.
Give it a couple more minutes, let the people fill in. You know, we better do some social. Goddamn.
What are you talking about, man?
Are you on it?
On what?
On the live for social?
Yeah, I did it an hour ago.
Nah, man, with the stream, man. What the fuck?
Both
man?
links will take you directly to the live
All
stream.
right, well, I'm just gonna go in there and say we're live.
Yeah, these are. I
Man,
forgot all
what's
these
up?
details. These are great. Some of these are.
Some
wow.
of our notes
yeah,
there, Armand. You like
yeah.
our notes? Eric's trying to sell our fucking notes. I'm really kind of against it.
What do you mean
What?
R?
His note. Well, and then the rest of our archives you're trying to sell.
No,
Oh wow.
No, he's not.
Why don't
against
you make
it
a little
either. He's
handbook?
the motherfucker that came up with the idea.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
like
just
it.
because I came up with an idea doesn't mean I think it's a good idea.
Why don't you just ask for donations outright, huh?
We do that. That's called Patreon, but it's never paid anything worth
Oh.
talking about.
Oh.
Hey, no, Rennie's the fucking man.
Well, other than Rennie, but you
And
know,
there's other people.
Let's be fair. It's been pretty much peanuts. It's nothing. If it was something to talk about, it'd be something to talk
We got
about.
that CBD oil. That pack. I'm still using that.
Yeah, that was nice.
My shoulder.
I'm very thankful to them, but hop on the ship and eat some comet dust.
I thought you were gonna say Comet Dick.
Oh man,
Hop on the ship
Comet
and
cleanser.
eat Comet Dick. Kamikaze?
We don't have any. Do we have any facts on what comets are? I think we should go into that a little bit.
Why should we go into what comets are? They're just balls of ice and gas.
That's correct.
Dust.
Yeah, with very long elliptical orbits around the
Depending,
sun.
but yeah, generally.
Usually, yeah.
Otherwise,
famous comet. Now, you guys aren't old enough to remember. I was in probably before you were even born. Remember Comet Kohoutek?
I do not remember Kohoutek.
That was supposed to be
I
like
was there.
That was in '73, and I was in. Even at that time, I was interested in astronomy, and that was supposed to be the greatest thing of all time. You couldn't see that damn thing. It was a big fizzle.
Do you remember when Hail Bopp came?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Dude, you could easily see
Oh
that.
God,
one.
are you kidding? I think it was stretched across. I was in Arizona. In fact,
cool.
I was driving to L.A. That's when I was moving there, and we stopped in Phoenix to see my buddy. I'll never forget. It was clear, unbelievable.
It was
I thought
unbelievable.
Jesus was coming back.
Jesus Christ, Armand. Did
He
you
was.
want to join the fucking cult?
I would have.
Oh,
I
my
didn't
God.
know about it.
Oh, my God.
Schmeed, send us whatever you want, man.
Remember
I'm not saying we'll
Halley's?
use it, but we got other people use
Hallie
it.
sucked. That wasn't any fun.
Oh, yeah.
You could barely see that damn thing.
So I was, it was what, 86 when Haley?
Yeah.
I was,
It was for nothing.
5.
That
I
was-
was 3.
yeah.
3.
I thought I was going to be great too. It was awful.
So the best
Hello,
comment
Jeff
in
the
your
Janitor.
recent memory is Hail Bopp.
Well, my favorite comet, if I have to say my favorite, has to be Schumacher-Levy.
The one that smacked into Jupiter.
Jupiter. That was cool.
You watched it happen.
Yeah, I
don't
watched
believe
it. Yeah, that was really. Well,
You getting a video?
Did you know
Yeah,
that
it was on,
another thing
you
recently
could
just
watch
hit?
it.
Another big thing hit recently. We didn't see
Something
it.
else at Jupiter, right?
Yeah, we just
I
seen
don't
the
know if it
flash.
was a comet or was it? God
don't
only
know.
knows what
Probably
hit. Everything
asteroid.
hits that damn thing, which
It's
is lucky
good,
for
yeah,
us.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's our
It's like our sweeper.
it's like our cop magnet.
Yeah. Or asteroid magnet.
Now, I read a paper. Somebody had a totally different idea about all that. He claimed that since apparently the big gas giants were initially closer to the sun,
Okay.
and they were actually attracting more and led to more impacts in the early universe. In the early, that kind of flies in the face of everything else. But what he claims, that's why we have the moon. That was a big impact that was probably diverted by the gas giants when they were closer to the sun.
Eric likes the gas giants. He likes any type of giant.
Hey, you're the one, I think, with the
They might be
rectal
giants.
troubles, right?
Yeah. That's a gas giant.
That's fair.
This guy's a gas giant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an ice giant. No emotion.
You're an ice man?
Yeah. Yep.
Couple more minutes, we'll
Cold.
start the show, yeah.
Do you think you could be a
Bless
hitman
you.
ever, Armand, for the money was right? Like if they was giving you $1 million a hit, you don't
No,
think you
I
could
think
do
I
it?
think if I were at war, I think I'd kill.
But you don't think
not
you
for
could be
money? I don't
No,
think. Nah.
really? As big
It's
as you are
just-
on
it's-
money?
it's
Come
just
on,
business.
Armand.
It's
What
just
the
business.
fuck?
Depends
It's
on who
just
it is.
business.
See, I'm
Nah.
not much into for torture.
Mom,
but
can I borrow that knife?
I'd have sex for
it's
money,
a big
but not-
hoof, foot in the
It's delicious. What is it?
How much for an animal? Say a horse. How much would it cost for somebody to pay you to bang a horse?
to
Bang a
one?
horse?
I was
You
talking
mean
about
kill
killing
or
him.
fuck a horse?
Fuck a horse.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Horse, pig, chicken.
He said he'd have sex for money. I figured he's
Not with an animal.
I said 6 figures
Not
down
with
right
the
here. I said
animal.
100
I wouldn't
grand.
know how. I don't even know. I don't know where to
You
put
get
it
up
in.
on a stool and you stick it in any hole that lets you.
What if it
Preferably with
kicks
no
me?
teeth.
No,
That's
no
what-
horse, no
you
sheep.
hobble
Sheep,
it.
not horses.
Obviously, you hobble the horse first. You tie the feet together. This is common knowledge, Armand. For horse fuckers.
Yeah, an
Just gonna
equine
leave that
lay.
one away.
Hey, what's up, Jeff the janitor?
No equine sex.
Comet Ison. I remember Ison, although I didn't watch it, but I remember Ison.
When did that come? When was that?
Can't
I don't remember that
but
one.
I remember that.
I remember Kohoutek, man. It was like all the magazines. It was a big deal. It was just,
Old
it's just
Schmeed
the
says,
end.
Old Schmeed says, Comet Ison was my favorite. It was super cool to watch it slingshot around the sun and see the sun start blasting mega amounts of energy out of it when it got close.
What year? When did that happen? I don't even remember that at all.
Maybe '04. No, I don't know.
Really?
Maybe '99. I don't know. 2000.
Comet Ice.
Maybe earlier than that.
Okay,
maybe
Halley's
14 or
was the
15.
first periodic comet discovered, right?
It was
We all know that?
discovered in 2012, and the last time it was around was 2013. It was Ison.
Ison. 2013.
So it's got a real
Okay.
short. What are you talking? How can that be?
Later,
It was
later.
Just because it was
Just a
discovered,
one
it could have been
time.
way farther
Oh
out.
yeah.
Let me
Most
see
of
what
these things
its-
are like
Let me
80,000
see what
years.
its year is.
Like I don't think Hail Bopp's coming back to like 4,000 years or something like that. It's
I'll
4,100
see
years.
it. I'll be around for that.
It's got an
Maybe.
ejection
We've had that
trajectory
show.
for 2050. So,
Oh, it'll come back for Halley's. Well,
well, it's going to be ejected at that point too.
what was the second comet discovered?
I don't know. It was Chinese, I'm sure.
Encke's comet.
Oh, Inky, huh?
Encke.
Now,
Encke's
K.
comet. He's a German astronomer.
You know Inky and Enlil?
He's talking
might
about
be-
this something different.
I know.
What are you talking about?
Talking about
Sumerians.
Sumerian.
Oh.
Yeah, ancient Sumerian.
What about the?
Nah, don't worry about it.
What was the capital of Samaria? Was it Ur?
Okay,
there
you ever heard of the continent of Mu?
Mu spelled
M-U.
like the
like mu, like
right,
the Greek
yeah,
letter.
yeah.
No.
very similar to Atlantis.
Lemuria.
Oh, okay.
Specific.
What happened?
In the Pacific.
Oh, in the Pacific.
Yep. That's Atlantis, man.
Have we had a show on that?
No.
Sort of.
Lost
Yeah,
Civilization.
Civilizations,
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
I thought of a great show. Now I can't remember what the hell I should have written it down.
That's because
You should have
marijuana
written it
affects
down.
the memory, Armand.
Or lack of it must be with me.
I think that's it. We could fix that.
Well, I'd like to have another medical fuckery show. Those are fun.
You shine in those, that's for sure.
I love those.
We got an actual. We had a guy that wants to be on a guest on doing another medical fuckery too.
What is his? What are his qualifications? Is he quack?
RN.
RN? Okay, yeah, that's good enough. He sees a lot of
Ain't
crap.
more of a doctor than you. Oh, got him. I'm just kidding, Armand.
Frank
I was
with
just
the
kidding. I was
fucking-
just kidding.
pretty
the
much.
joke.
He's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
The only Comet Epstein liked was Comet Pizza.
Oh. Glad to have you, Eric. Thank you, Matt Tardoff. I
Victor's Team
appreciate
Ocho,
that.
man. That explains why he's telling you to.
Team Ocho. Oh, come on, Victor, man.
He's a CNA, you fucker.
Eric Benevetti, first time catching you nerds live. Great to be here. Hey, great to have you. And you have a fantastic name.
Benevetti?
No, I was talking about Eric.
Beneventi.
Oh,
Beneventi.
yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Matthew Tardit was talking to him, not me. What do you know? I'm a CNA fucker. Oh, my bad. Shit. He's a CNA, not an RN.
All right, we'll start here in about 1 minute.
Let's see. Certified
I'm going to start recording
Certified
now.
nurse assistant, I guess.
So the
I guess.
record is going, just so we're sure.
Okay, yeah. Good deal.
So if I can bring that up whenever we're ready. Turn down my computer.
I mean, there's let's see. There's certified nurse anesthetist. Is that what he is? That's
Fuck,
a
I don't
good
know.
profession. I guess that's probably what he is.
are there
He
Certified-
actually is a lot like Dr. Kevorkian. He assists in suicides.
Well, a lot of anesthetists do.
There's Paulie.
Yeah,
How can you hang yourself with toilet paper?
you know that's what's,
Ew.
if you're gonna die, that's what's gonna kill you. The anesthesia usually.
Stop your heart.
Nursing assistant, he says.
Nurse, okay. Well, that's certainly
Certified nurses
qualifies.
anal.
They see a lot of crazy shit, boy.
Maybe,
A lot of
maybe.
doctor screw ups.
You boys about ready? It's 2:15.
I wish you'd start it, yeah.
All right, here we go.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it. He's right, you know.
Something stinks.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
I feel like that's bait.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Important.
That's a good clip.
You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
And a foot doctor. In fact, and faux doctor.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal, a lineupmedia.fm production, and we are back again for the first time ever.
In a week.
No, yeah, it's been a week, man. We just did Epstein last week.
Right.
We've been here before?
Several times.
Okay.
The only thing new this week is that goddamn light that's on the outside of the studio. Nothing new to talk about.
Oh, yeah, the red
But
button.
what we got is a return to the first fucking part of our name, the cult side of
Yeah,
it. Today we're
and
doing...
people have been clamoring for this.
Not really.
Kind of yearning
Has
for
anybody
it.
said, like, requested?
Yes.
Well,
Really?
more cults and paranormal, I think.
Well, yeah, I don't think...
Less
Did anybody
politics.
specifically say Heaven's Gate?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like a week ago.
Oh, well, is that how this came about?
That's exactly how it became about. I
This is
can't
a
believe
great
that you
subject.
didn't
Tell
see
me
that. Yeah, I'm the one that was like, hey, there's a post in the group, and I think it's
There's
a really
a
good
lot
idea.
of posts on that group.
A lot of posts on that group.
I
So
can't believe
sometimes-
you guys haven't had this show before. This is
Hey,
This
look,
is about
it's
as
because
crazy
I
as it
was on the
gets.
fence of whether or not I was going to join him or not, Armand. So that's why I
You
didn't want to
would.
fucking talk to him.
well. That's
you know.
because you didn't have
And then
five.
I-
You
when
don't
I
have
found out-
$5 to put in your pocket.
I
That's
found out
why
that they were already dead, and that kind of killed the whole thing.
Well, yeah, I think you can join them if you hurry.
No, they say now if you want to follow like the way their teachings, you can do it, but it's mostly on your own free time.
Oh, okay.
And there's not another ship scheduled to come around, so...
Not for a while.
Well, 4,000 something
2,000
years.
years. Well, they said that 2,000. Jesus was one of them.
Oh,
Allegedly.
that was the leader, right? Was
Well,
it Apple
was the leader.
White or whatever the hell's name
Well,
was?
Applewhite wasn't Jesus, no.
No, who was it? He's God. Who is he?
No.
So
Who's Jesus? Jim Jones?
No, man. Jesus was a real guy 2,000 years ago.
Oh, no, I thought it was one of them.
No.
He was. So let's get a little bit into what the next level of
Just the
human
facts.
evolution.
Just
Let's
the
start
facts,
there.
ma'am. Just the facts.
All right, you can hit the facts.
All
now.
right.
So, Heaven's Gate cult, there were 39 suicides March 26, 1997, in Rancho Santa Fe, California. They were
nice town.
All lived
actually.
together. I've never been there.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's beautiful.
They rented it. They did it in a mansion that they rented.
$7,000 a month they paid for that mansion.
Right.
Rented.
Oh, I'd kill myself too.
Well,
It's a hell of a fucking.
Are you kidding? Oh boy.
It was a mix of phenobarbital, alcohol, and suffocation. So, what?
Yeah, that'll
Everett
do
asked
it.
me what
What's
are
phenobarbital?
phenobarbs?
Yeah.
Phenobarb is it's an anti-seizure drug. Actually, that's
I thought
what
it was a sedative.
well,
Kinda.
they use it mostly for epileptics. Yeah, phenobarb and
Can you get it easily as a non-doctor?
Well, they're they're narcotic.
yeah, neurologist has usually prescribed it.
Wonder where they got
it's
it.
like on the internet. Well, back
This
even
is 1997, man.
I don't think it'd be that
The whole
hard to
web
get.
was the dark
Where
web.
did they
not-
get
it's not-
enough?
Because it's not something you use to get high. You know, if you tell
Where did they get
you
enough
know.
to suicide 39 people?
I don't think you need
though?
that much though of a dose.
Does the
If you're
alcohol
using
combine
alcohol and
with it?
phenobarb? Yeah, who else died from that? I mean, a major movie star overdosed. It might have been Nick Adams. I don't know, somebody like that.
Doesn't sound too major. Never heard of him.
You don't remember Nick Adams from all those hokey 1960s Japanese horror or monster movies?
I
He was in a
absolutely
few of them.
Do not remember that.
Actually,
No.
you know this last movie by Quentin Tarantino. You know this Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
That Nick Adams is kind of who Rick Dalton I think is a little bit based on because he had a series in the 60s. He was,
I still haven't seen that movie.
don't. It's too long.
It's too long. I
See it
like a
on
good
see it
one.
on cable.
Well, I'll see it on
It's not
cable.
worth spending 15
So the
bucks
difference
on.
in the Heaven's Gate cult and a lot of other just because like the question came up, why are they not just considered a niche religion? You know what I mean? Like Scientology or some sort of just
Well,
why are they not
They
considered?
kind of spin off a little bit off Christianity, so
Are you
Yeah.
saying what constitutes a cult as opposed to a?
No, I'm saying the reason that they were considered a cult is when they were all found dead, they all had like the same clothes on. They all had buzz haircuts. They all had the same exact pair of Nike shoes on. They all had armbands.
Is that what constitutes a
well,
cult?
being like, I guess I assume dressing like that and believing, I don't know.
You ever go to
that
Catholic
deep.
school?
No.
Well, that's a cult too, then I
No,
guess, right?
I'm not disagreeing.
Oh,
I'm not
from
from the outside looking in,
But they all had the armband that said Heaven's Gate away team.
Oh, that's nice.
from
Nice
Star
touch.
Trek, yeah, like the away team on Star Trek.
Go ahead, give him the
They-
fact.
They were all Star Trek fans. Did you know that?
Every one of them.
Yeah, it was a big thing. Kind of
So,
weird.
so hit him with the fact.
Yeah.
What's the fact?
Uhura's brother.
Oh yeah, fucking Nichelle
Nichelle
Nichols'
Nichols,
brother
yeah.
was one of the 39 people who killed himself.
No shit, I didn't know that.
One of the 39.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
You could see where this thing might gather a little momentum at one of those Star Trek conventions. You know, that'd be a great place to draft people like this.
Maybe. I mean, from what I heard, they went big time trying to recruit on message boards in the early, mid 90s or whenever they first put this thing up.
Now, this was on the internet? Did they
Yeah.
have internet back then?
Yeah. 97, the internet was well going. I remember the first time
still
I
don't know what
browsed
it
the
is.
internet was like 94, 95.
Wow.
But even back then, the internet was full of sons of bitches. So as soon
Well,
as
that
they-
was more like chat rooms to, for pedophiles and stuff. That was really what
it
made
was
it
a lot
popular.
of just message boards. Basically, they're going on sci-fi message boards wherever.
Okay.
And people flame the fuck out of them. You're fucking crazy. You know what I mean? They're just let them have it. So, but that said, the website that they put up wasn't for recruitment.
No.
They had already hit their basically max amount of people they wanted.
39 was.
Yeah, they
is that
did-
Oh
some
no, they
Something
had
good.
over they had over 100 recruits. Only the 39.
That's what I'm saying. Is there some significance to that number?
Yeah,
There's only
well, no,
room
not
for
the number.
39?
It was because that's how many people. Those are the people that he thought would go through with it. Those are the people that he thought were due diligent enough that were going to be just committed to kill
Well,
themselves.
they were committed, all right.
The rest he didn't share
been.
those.
Okay, they didn't think they would have the gumption to follow through with this.
Exactly.
Boy, that's dedication. I got to admit.
Well, yeah, but like Everett was saying, they did start as a grassroots Christian sect. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
That's
It was.
how they usually start.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mormons
And
and the whole nine.
Doe, which is Doe's the guy like Apple White. That's what he goes by as
Yeah,
Doe.
where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's his alien name. It's his next level human
It's just
name.
yeah. I mean, he's not kidding.
I know.
It's just,
I'm just wondering what the origin of Homer Simpson.
Well, you know what? I kind of came up with it because his partner in crime. What was her name? Her real name?
oh, her
Well,
real name was Bonnie Nettles. Yeah.
So she went by her alien name was T.
Okay.
So I started doing some thinking. What does T and Doe have to do with each other?
Do re mi fa sol la ti
T and
do.
Doe. So I'm thinking her next level guy because she was okay. So it's hierarchical in this next level of human evolution. You got guys that are ahead of you, ahead of you, ahead of you. Any which way, I figure the one to be on her is what? Dory Fa?
Fa. No,
So,
so la T
La.
Do.
It's La before T.
Do, re,
Yeah.
mi.
And so would be the person before that. So
Got it.
Yeah, but wouldn't Do be the end of it? Because it'd be like he'd be the
Yeah,
beginning
that's
and
it.
the end.
no,
Right,
think about
that's
it.
an octave.
He's the last one. He's like the bottom level If you know what I mean of the thing.
Do, re, mi, fa,
I would think she's
sol,
the
la,
bottom.
ti,
Oh, he's
do.
the alpha and the omega at the
He's
beginning.
the
and
bottom
end.
and the end. Come on,
Yeah.
man. That's dope.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird little things like that as you do the research into these guys.
Yeah.
It's just like this is pretty obvious of what you're doing here. You know, you didn't name this after anything alien. You just pulled it off of a pattern on life.
Jeff the janitor says go to their website and click the and drag on the background. You can just hit Control A, and it'll do the exact same thing. It's an old thing for like web search engine optimization is what it is. It's like they
SEO,
put they put a bunch of fucking.
So yeah, they did the old school version of it. If you go down the bottom of their website, I noticed this myself. If you highlight the very black space at the bottom, they put text that's black you can't see.
Yeah.
So whenever a search engine goes through the page and catalogs it's got all these words that are used as targeting basically. So it's old school. Real old.
So this site's still on?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever they
looks
did
like
their
hell.
suicide, there wasn't just 39. There's 41.
No, there's more than that though.
Well, the ones that were at the place, these two people, they gave all the assets of people that committed suicide, all the intellectual property right for Heaven's Gate, went to these two people, and they were left in charge to keep the website running and sell the books and sell.
See, I would take that. I'd take that job. That'd be all right. Okay.
They still abide though. They actually ran a web design business. These two people, that's what they did. They did web design, and aside from being wearing this weird uniform, they said they were very their customer said they were very smart people, nice people, but they were obviously.
Yeah, duh. Well, no, I mean, think
yeah.
about it from these two dudes' point of view. They're web designers in California. They didn't make it in Silicon Valley. The fucking rush hit. They couldn't get it done, and now here they are. Hey, fucking crazy cult. They got enough money to pay $7,000 a month for a fucking house, right? Like, what are they going to pay? They're going to give us all the assets of this entire cult organization. They're going to give it to us.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in the cult. Let's go. And I don't have to kill myself. Yeah, okay, right on.
take it.
Yeah, but to
Yeah,
me,
let's
think
do
about
that.
it if you're devout and you believe that you're trying to get to the next level of human evolution. I wouldn't want to be the one left out. Everybody else is going. Put me on the ship.
You're not crazy. Is what I'm getting at.
Well, then you
Those two
shouldn't be
dudes
there.
with the website probably aren't crazy,
They'd been in the group for like 20 years.
right? Imagine how
That's-
much money they've swindled for.
Yeah, I
I
doubt
would
it.
have taken the $5 in quarters out of everybody's pockets. I know that.
Yeah, which is weird. All the people who were dead, they had $5 in quarters in their pockets.
I think it was a $5 bill.
That's
No,
$190.
from I read, it was $5 in quarters.
I think it was $5, a $5
think
bill.
you're
It's
right.
$195. That's not bad.
Yeah, I wonder who got that. The coroner? Probably checked everybody's pockets.
Quarters, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's significant. I guess they took that with them because put a coin in
Like
Quran's
fucking river Styx and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So the aliens, what they believed was that they were going to be.
Yeah, I guess we should get to that. They believe that in 1997 there was a comet coming by the Earth real close, Comet Hail Bopp.
Hail Bopp.
Really cool looking
The
comet.
best.
Eric doesn't
I don't think
remember.
we'll ever see another one like that.
It was so cool.
I didn't see it.
I remember looking up
What?
in my backyard. He just doesn't remember. He had to have seen it. It was fucking huge.
How old were you?
What year? 97?
Yeah.
14.
He should remember that.
That thing went. You'll never see another one like that because the thing's like 5-6 times or more than that.
It was bright.
It had a nucleus. It's like 20 kilometers or
I don't remember how big
in
it
diameter.
was.
The usual comet's like 3 kilometers in diameter or something
It
like that.
was a big
this thing's
comet
like
itself.
20.
Really?
That's how close it gets
Yeah.
to the Earth. Is how how that matters. And it was close enough to the sun. It had a
But
really
that's
big
the
wide
thing.
tail.
Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the bigger it is, the more gases it has, and they sublimate, and that's what
And
creates
they're
the
gone.
coma.
Oh yeah, the coma around the front.
Yeah,
of
and
it,
that's what you see.
Yeah, so they believed that they were going to be. There was a spaceship in the tail of the comet.
That's what they thought.
Yeah, so and they
right.
were going to be. As soon as they killed themselves,
it
it
gets
was
even deeper
closest
than
to
that.
Earth. They were just going to fucking.
So Bonnie Nettles, she actually
T?
If you
T.
T. If you read through the research on these people, it reads like they met each other early 70s and started hanging out. They started reading the Bible together, and she pretty much convinces Applewhite
Yeah.
of all of this that they are
She's
both
the one behind all this.
right.
huh?
That, yeah, she was. That's right. She was the first in
frailty,
command.
thy
He
name
always
is
said
woman.
that she was T,
Yeah.
and she was the one in charge. She died. What was in the 80s?
85,
Oh, she
1985.
died
She
of
died of
cancer.
cancer. So, no, this is interesting because they had to amend what they believed when she died. Because
I would think
up
so.
until 1985, it was they taught that when this happened, when you got ascended or whatever they call it, that your body went with you. There's nothing left of your humanly self. You broke all humanly chains, and when she died, and then nothing happened. You
Yeah,
know what I
that-
mean? He had to kind of like
You're going to have to alter
fucking
your
think
hypothesis.
on the fly, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Transporters aren't working today.
Yeah, actually, what happens is that you leave your body here. That's how we
Okay,
figured this
right,
out.
that
you
makes
know,
sense.
And it's
Sure.
So yeah,
I'll buy that. Yeah. That's very logical.
they went through a few different names before they landed.
Yeah, I like
on,
this.
on Hail
Or
Bopp,
the first
on
one's-
goddamn it, on Heaven's Gate.
Right.
The human individual metamorphosis.
That's nice.
That's
Him, huh?
That has a ring to it.
Yeah. Well, they believe that the aliens were going to come get them.
Sounds like a band. Total
Yeah, it does kinda.
overcomers. Yeah, that's a good.
Well, as sci-fi geeks at heart, these people, what they were really interested in was becoming the next step in human evolution.
Right.
But what was interesting about this process, you couldn't just the first time you leave and ascend to the ship, you're not automatically the next level. You have to come back a couple of times.
Oh yeah, because what's his name?
They thought they were coming back.
Oh, they'll be
Oh,
back.
Doe's been back. Doe's.
See, Applewhite isn't Doe. Applewhite. So they believe humans are what they call plants.
Yeah.
They're grown and they're
Vehicles.
nothing but vehicles for the extraworldly. The next
vessels, they call them.
Vessel, yeah.
No, they call them vehicles.
Vehicles and vessel. Yeah. The plant was something
Interchangeable.
But yeah, you're not born like these aliens aren't born into these bodies. They take them over. Applewhite, his body was earmarked from birth, basically for this entity to
They
take
said
over.
that they chipped the bodies.
Everybody is pre-chipped as well.
Like a computer chip?
Some sort
they
of
said
identification
or
chip.
chocolate chip?
I would
What is
assume
it?
it's not a potato chip.
Yeah,
Probably
right.
not chocolate. I found that very interesting.
Ice
Anyway,
chips.
carry on with
Like
your
these guys.
your facts here, Eric.
Well, so Coast to Coast AM, everyone knows
Art
that.
Bell.
one.
I
yeah,
remember him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Coast to Coast AM featured the theory of the companion object, which is what they were calling the spaceship in the tail of the comet.
Okay.
In the shadow of Hail Bopp on several programs. As early as 1996, speculation has been raised as to whether his programs on the subject may have contributed to the Heaven's Gate group suicide.
Oh, you got to
months
figure.
later.
Everybody listen to that.
Yeah.
Well, I
gave
gave him
a
a
little
legit.
publicity.
He's the only mainstream fucking guy like that back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Alex
remember
Jones was
Art
around
Bell,
in
yeah.
'96, but he wasn't. This was before he broke the thing in California, not the Bilderberg, but the what the fuck's the name of that group that they meet in the woods in California?
Yeah, it's not Bilderberg. It's fucking Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. So before Alex Jones broke Bohemian Grove, he was super small time, just like basically out of Texas. But this guy, Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM, he had a platform, you know what I mean? And he talked about this. So, right before they killed themselves.
Do you guys care if I read Doe's intro in the Book of Heaven's Gate? Like,
Oh, please.
It's kind of long. It's going to take me probably 5 minutes to go through all this.
Jesus.
But we can discuss it. It's great. So this is Doe's intro, purpose-belief. What is our purpose? The simple bottom line is how this is headed. 2,000 years ago, a crew of members of the Kingdom of Heaven who were responsible for nurturing gardens, this is in quotes, and I'll make sure to say, because there's hundreds of things just that are in quotes in this thing here. That's the way this guy writes.
These are euphemisms.
Determined that a percentage of human, quote-unquote, plants of the present civilization of this garden, Earth, had developed enough that some of those bodies might be ready to be used as containers, quote-unquote, for soul deposits. Upon instruction, a member of the Kingdom of Heaven then left behind his body in that next level, somewhere to put it in a closet. So they're in the next level where they live at. They just go ahead and put their body up. They don't need it right now.
Yeah, of course, like hanging up in a closet. It's
It's
like
an
an
Edgar
Edgar suit. Yeah, exactly.
They come to Earth and move into or incarnate into a human adult body or vehicle, quote unquote, that had been prepped, quote unquote, for this particular task. Mm-hmm. The body that was chosen was called Jesus. This was the one that was 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
The member of the Kingdom of Heaven who was instructed to incarnate into that body did so at his father's, quote unquote, or older members' instruction. So they always come in pairs. They got like their mentor, so to speak. So there was Jesus, whose father, his mentor, instructed him to come there. He moved, quote unquote, into or took over the body and was 29 or 30 years old at the time, referred to as its baptism by John the Baptist. The incarnating event was depicted as, quote unquote, the Holy Spirit descended upon him in a bodily form like a dove, Luke 3:22. That body, named Jesus, was tagged in its formative period to be the receptacle of a next level representative, and even just that tagging gave the vehicle some unique awareness of its coming purpose. So the fact that he'd been chipped and prepared that he was going to be eventually a vehicle for one of these next level beings, his whole life he knew he was special. So that's kind of Jesus' kick.
Oh, of course.
He was aware that he had a purpose coming. So when he turned 29, 30 years old, he was inhabited by one of these next level beings, the next level of human evolution. He goes on to say, the sole task that was given to this member from the Kingdom of Heaven was to offer the way leading to membership into the Kingdom of Heaven to those who recognized him for who he was and chose only to follow him. Quote unquote, the Kingdom of Heaven is at hand, meant since I am here and I am from that kingdom, if you leave everything in this world and follow me, I can take you into my Father's kingdom. Right there's the start of a cult. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'll get you to heaven. Get rid of all your shit. Follow me.
Right.
Only those individuals who had received a deposit, quote unquote, containing a soul's beginning, had the capacity to believe or
Does that
recognize the
sound
king.
sexual?
No, man.
Deposits. I thought it was fiscal.
There's only certain of us out there who received
wonder-
it or were ready to have a soul put into us. That's what they're talking
Oh,
about.
you got a deposit too.
I don't know that I got one. Maybe I did. So
Leave me a
they go on and say
deposit.
some people don't know. You'll never, because some people got it, but we'll never read this. We'll never know that it happened.
Oh.
It's just the way it goes. But let's see. They had received a quote-unquote deposit containing a soul's beginning, had the capacity to believe or recognize the kingdom of heaven's representative. So if you have that, you can believe. That's what you get. Going on.
You're allowed to.
Who comes up with this stuff?
This
Who
fucking
sits
guy.
around and
This fucking
Doe and
guy.
T. Doe and T.
God, this is guy.
I can give you
L.
direct
Ron
answers
Hubbard
to that.
kind of stuff.
No shit, because except he didn't do as good as L.
Dude, so they sat around from 1973 to 1975, basically, and made this shit up.
Okay, it took
Old
them 2
Gallo
years
and
to
him.
come up with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
theory.
So I got a lot on that guy, but
God,
keep going,
it's
Everett.
like global warming.
They can get they could get to his Father only through total reliance upon him. So you put your faith in the Son to get to the Father.
Oh, sure.
He later sent his students out with quote unquote good news of the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and his followers could then help gather the quote unquote flock so that the shepherd might teach others what was required of them to enter his Father's house, his Father's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, in the literal and physical heavens. Certainly not among the humans of earth. Now again, this is all written by Doe. This is the intro to their book.
Yeah.
Still going on. Leaving behind this world included family, sensuality, selfish desires, your human mind, and even your human body, if it be required
Especially your mind.
Well, so they added that, so that was amended. Even your human body. So
Yeah, but
all mammalian ways, thinking and behavior. Since he had been through this metamorphic transition himself from the human to level above human, under the guidance of his Father, he was qualified to take others through that same discipline and transition. Remember, the one who incarnated, Jesus, was sent for one purpose only, to say, if you want to go to heaven, I can take you through the gate. It requires everything of you. And they just took over Christianity at the root right there, didn't they?
dude.
Goes on and says, our mission is exactly the same. I am in the same position in today's society as was the one that was in Jesus then. So this guy is the next fucking Messiah, more or less. It's definitely
coming.
Masonic.
Messianic.
Messianic, thank you. My being here now is actually a continuation of that last task as was
Obviously,
promised.
Sure.
To those who were students 2,000 years ago. They are here again, continuing their own overcoming while offering the same transition to others. Our only purpose is to offer the discipline and grafting, quote unquote, required of this transition into membership into my Father's house. My Father, my older member, came with me this time for the first half of this task to assist in the task because of its present difficulty. See right there, he added that in because she died halfway through the task. It says, my Father, my older member came with me this time for the first half of this task.
Oh,
So she
well,
died.
well, sure.
She was not here for that long anyway.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Looking to us and desiring to be a part of my Father's kingdom can offer to those with deposits that chance to connect with the level above human and begin that transition. Your separation from the world and reliance upon the kingdom of heaven through its representatives can open you to the opportunity to become a new creature, one of the evolutionary next level, rightfully belonging to the kingdom of heaven.
So that's what we should aspire to, huh?
That's what we should aspire to. He goes on
Sounds
to
very
outline,
difficult.
why is it difficult or to believe or accept us? Now this is
See, now you got to
gold.
be a complete idiot skeptic not to believe this.
No, man. He tells you right here why.
Okay,
why
explain it to me.
you know,
So
skeptics
he's
are
already
just-
sold me, but where do I join?
He says we don't know if you believe in the real existence of negative or lower forces. If you do, then you may be able to understand and relate to some of what we are about to say. It seems that how your programming,
attention.
quote unquote, permits you to see or identify those forces determines the limit of your acceptance or understanding. Many believe that there are evil, quote unquote, acts or even evil, quote unquote, individuals who would draw the line before they would believe in evil spirits, evil discarnates, negative influence, malevolent space aliens, Luciferians, or Satan and his fallen angels. So basically what they're saying right now is most people won't even begin to believe there's something evil out there that exists. The generally accepted norms of today's society world over are designed, established, and maintained by the individuals who were at one time students of the kingdom of heaven. So all morals come from people who descend from the people of the kingdom of heaven.
Okay.
Angels in the making who were flunked out of the classroom. Legends and scriptures refer to them as
What?
fallen. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Let me read this.
the rest
Let me
of
read
it's perfectly logical, but this.
Yeah, this is even
This
worse.
is a little abstruse. This is going to take deep thought.
Let me start this paragraph over. The generally accepted norms of today's societies world over are designed, established, and maintained by the individuals who were at one time students of the kingdom of heaven. Angels in their making who flunked out of the classroom. So the generally accepted norms is what they're saying is don't believe there's evil. That shit doesn't exist. The stuff that make you, they're saying that was all done by people who used to be in the kingdom of heaven, but fell and want to make it look bad. So if you don't believe, and people who don't believe, they're that way because people who were there have influenced them not to believe. So he goes on. This gets better.
Can't get any worse.
And scriptures refer to them as fallen angels. The current civilization's record used the name Satan or Lucifer to describe a single angel and also to nickname any evil presence. If you have experienced some of what our classroom requires of us, so the classroom basically is you live with them and you're in the class at that point, you would know that these presences are real and that the kingdom of God even permits them to attack us in order for us to learn their tricks and how to stay above them or conquer them. The space aliens, or Luciferians, use the discarnate spirits, the minds that are disembodied at the death of a body, as their primary servants.
These people give good cults a bad name.
Well, I'm just, I mean, if
What the fuck?
If somebody came up to you and said, "I got this cult for you to join. Here, read this."
I can't believe he's going as far to completely rewrite Christianity, more or less. He's telling you Christianity's close.
Hey, anything
but it's got there's a real background to it. It's not what they tell you.
Look, Doe and T was sitting in the room back in the 70s.
I got one.
I feel like if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it big. We just gotta rewrite the whole fucking thing.
Hold on.
I wish he was still alive. I'd love to have this guy on the show.
Oh man.
God.
Carrying on. You guys want to keep going with this? I think this is cool.
It's a rant. I don't know, man.
It's pretty long, but
yeah, enough. I don't know. You have to hear more. This guy's
I've read it.
okay.
I've
You've
read
let
this,
me see here. Let
this
me read through it real
manifesto.
quick and see if there's
I've read
anything here.
It's
Jesus
fucked up.
Christ.
He gives out a bunch of Bible verses to basically show you that you're buying into Luciferian programming.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, you pretty much get the point of that.
They were Sith at heart, in my opinion,
What?
and it's funny that I relate it to that though. That these people were Sith. They were Sith lords because they believed if you weren't studying their philosophies, that you were automatically against them, that you were their enemy. So I just thought that was interesting.
Certain religions have that.
You know, you got to make a Star Wars tie every show. So.
Here's a statement made by Doe in 1995. It's titled "A Statement by an ET Presently Incarnate." So this is Doe saying that I am an ET and I'm currently in a human body. He gets this listed out in a bunch of numbers, so I'm going to run through them fast. Number one, in the early 1970s, two individuals, my task partner and myself, which is him and Nettles, from the evolutionary level above human, the kingdom of heaven, incarnated, moved into, and took over two human bodies that were in their 40s. I moved into a male body, and my partner, who is an older member in the level above human, took a female body. We called these bodies vehicles, for they simply served as physical vehicular tools for us to wear while on task among humans. They had been tagged and set aside for our use since birth.
Fucking Egger suits.
So right off the bat, this guy's...
Well, I mean, even if you believe that blather yourself, even if you were this guy and you really think this is true, when she died of cancer, wouldn't you start doubting this?
Oh yeah.
You know. Okay. Maybe
they survived past that though. They survived.
Yeah.
Past that.
He just kind of rationalizes it and moves right along.
He goes into some other bold statements here that kind of give you a feel for the hierarchy of the alien structures here. We brought with us a crew of students whom we had worked with, nurtured on Earth in previous missions. So different cycles they have gone back and came back from the ship to Earth to the next level and back. They were in varying stages of metamorphic transition from membership in the human kingdom to membership in the physical evolutionary level above human, what your history refers to as the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven. Number 3, it says, it seems we arrived in Earth's atmosphere between the 1940s and 1990s. We suspect that many of us arrived in staged spacecraft crashes, and many of our discarded bodies, genderless, not belonging to the human species, were retrieved by human authorities, government, military. So he's covering Roswell and all
Area
kinds of shit.
51. We got the whole deal.
That's what I was telling him earlier today when we were doing the research. I was like, these guys sound like fucking conspiracy.
He put that in there just to get a certain sect of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, shit. They're the ones that got caught. I'm joining. He goes on to say, other crews from the level above human preceded our arrival and tagged, placed a deposit chip in each of the vehicle bodies that we would individually incarnate into when that instruction would be given. These chips set aside those bodies for us. So I'd like to figure out how to see if I have a chip.
You don't.
I probably don't know enough.
You're a computer simulation anyway. Forget it.
You're pretty good with computers. You might have a chip in you.
Shit.
It's a
Number
step
5,
for
we feel that while we were out of body between arrival and incarnation, we were thoroughly briefed and were taken through an extensive preview of places and events that would assist her, blah, 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 blah.
What they do, just forget.
They're getting their marching orders before they get incarnated.
Right.
The true kingdom of God, the real physical kingdom of heaven, the evolutionary level above humans are completely synonymous. All those things are the same thing. As a generalist kingdom, it reproduces or adds to its kingdom of membership through the use of this metamorphic process. This next level kingdom created all that is, including all the past that led to decay and destruction. For the creatures it creates are created with free will.
All right, you know what? We get it. These motherfuckers are nuts. We can stop with this. This is dumb.
Go to heavensgate.com and start clicking.
Thank you.
And join up. Just fill out the card and you're a member. Send in your $5.
I took the time today. I read every bit of this.
I can't believe you did.
I'm just saying.
Once you get sucked in,
we lost 6 people because of you.
Really?
Yeah, forever.
No, it's no big deal.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's it. Basically, those people are, they're nuts. He made that shit up, though. But I've got some facts about him. Marshall Applewhite.
Let's hear it.
Doe.
A deer.
I call him, say a deer. Yeah. He told members that there was a ship hidden in the tail of Hail Bopp. We talked about that. He considered himself a New Age Jesus. So he was like,
don't they all?
Like Everett was saying earlier, whenever he said, Jesus was part of that 2,000 years ago class of next level humans.
Yeah.
Well, he considered himself like the New Age Jesus. He was the son of a Presbyterian minister.
That makes sense.
Soldier, but I couldn't find what branch. Like, I could not find what branch of
Coast Guard.
military he was in.
French Foreign Legion.
I found multiple places that he's a soldier, but it didn't say where and when and why. None of that.
He's got a little.
All this was because
shock.
of a woman.
Yeah, that's usually it.
He spent 2 years in the Army Signal Corps. I don't know what the Army Signal Corps is.
Is that even active service?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is, sure.
Let's find out.
That's like communication, I think, isn't it? It's stuff like
fuck,
that.
I don't know.
The Army.
We got to have somebody in the chat that's, thank you,
Nate,
Jordan.
are you here? Nate, are you here? Okay, Wikipedia states that the Signal Corps of the United States Army is a division of the Army that creates and manages communication and information systems for the command and control of combined armed forces. So, yeah, basically they're the they're the phone company.
Communication
so
liaison. Yeah, you need that.
Definitely
Boy,
need that.
This guy kind of militates against joining.
So that was his military anyway.
Yeah, so he began his foray into biblical prophecy in the early 70s after being fired from the University of St. Thomas in Houston over an alleged relationship with one of his male students.
Oh.
Does it matter to you that it was male?
No.
Yes, it does.
But just
that says a lot right there.
What,
you
you got something against homos?
No, it's just, it just says something.
Nothing wrong with them.
Well, I mean, it all made sense with the woman.
Armand's a bigot.
Yeah.
No,
well, that's why he went so deep in on the woman with this religion and shit, because he just got. But that's fair, yeah. But he felt like he'd known the woman for a long time and concluded that they had met in a past life. She told him that their meeting.
That's the best part about it. They concluded we met in a past life.
Yeah, so
now let's figure it out.
Okay, so she told him their meeting had been foretold to her by extraterrestrials, persuading him that he had a divine assignment.
So at this point, they're feeling like Jesus was before he turned 30. They're like,
Acid. This LSD is what
Well, no, think about this. They said Jesus knew his whole life that he had some special purpose. At this point, they're figuring out, I guess, in their story.
I've got a purpose.
We've got purpose. We have met each other. We're connected. Going by their stories.
Yeah, this is like
preordained.
Right.
I don't want to get out of place here, but I did get out of place. So how about? Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot on him. He wasn't really important. We just wanted to talk about it as a whole.
Oh, he's not important. He's only the fucking creepiest dude ever.
I used him in all the gifts.
David Koresh is pretty normal compared to this guy.
Compared to this
Jones,
guy, he is.
I really think so.
Let's listen to one of his speeches. Real quick.
No, this is if it's the one you played in there, it's the last one. It's the one that was on tape. His speech.
It's his final exit statement.
Oh, good. I'd like to hear this.
I'm Doe. That's not my name, but that's.
I'm Doe.
I'm referred to.
Let's start this over.
Sounds very intelligent. What an orator.
I'm Doe. That's
Doe?
not my name, but.
Treat this like a voicemail. What's up, Doe?
Dude, I'll do it like a voicemail. I don't think I won't.
That's how I'm referred to on planet Earth.
What do you
Let
mean?
me say that our mission here
Whose?
at this time is about to come to a close in the next few days.
I'll say.
Right on.
We
Daddy was right about.
came from
Prophet.
distant
That was
space.
prophetic.
He was a prophet for sure.
You can't deny the guy had the gift. Well, he's not exactly a spirited orator, is he? He's not exactly.
He's an older gentleman.
He's not Joseph Goebbels.
And even what some might call somewhat of another dimension. And we're about to return
Oh, well,
from
good.
Well,
whence we
be
came.
welcomed with open
When
arms.
we came, we had to take
That's what
human
she said.
bodies. We didn't take them as infants. And we've been ignored, or we've been called a UFO cult, or we've been called some new
I wouldn't
age
call you that.
cult, or, you name it.
No, that's not what
Whatever
I was
cult
thinking.
you want to call it, we've been called that.
Probably with good reason.
Yeah, Doe, you might want to look into that one a little
I
bit.
could see where he's very hypnotic. If I could see where you fall under his spell. What a voice.
Do you know many of the people in his cult neutered themselves? In
Yeah,
fact,
well,
he
that's
only
the one
wanted-
thing. They're
he only-
asexual, right? That's the one. I know.
Right, well, they took it to the next level.
I know he's screwy.
He only wanted the really devout, and in fact, it was his followers' idea. They convinced him to do it.
Wow.
Cut your dick off, bro.
That's,
Bro, you think you're good?
Bro,
Cut your dick off with
think
this, bro.
about it. When you get up there in the spaceship and they ass into the comet,
You're like, I'm already ahead of you.
I got no dick. Okay, no dick. The dick's gone. First off, the dick's gone.
So put your scissors away.
So there, yeah, I don't even need that. You
Listen.
go with the anal probe right now, but the dick is gone already.
I'll tell you what. To me, this does not constitute a cult. Because if there's no sexual component, it's not a cult. I'm going to tell you.
if you're
That's
not
how I
fucking
define
There
it.
is a sexual component.
Taking
a complete
advantage-
lack of. Think about it. That's a cult in
that-
itself. You take away sex completely, that's just as bad as
That's-
going completely sex forward.
That's a cult. That's not a cult. That's
Well, I mean,
My bad. Let's carry on with the maniac.
We're none of those things, but we can understand why someone would call
you
us that
can't.
when they do.
So he's at least, you
yeah.
know.
He's
They
got-
know they're
wow,
crazy.
Wow, very analytical.
or at least they know they sound crazy.
do not
He's got
have
that.
and have not been given the knowledge to see us for
We're ignorant.
who we
Oh yeah,
are.
right. It's just right. It's just lack
The
of knowledge.
issue is you're going to hear about our exit in the news about these individuals who committed suicide. We're going to
Like he deserves it. Commit suicide.
Yeah. You want to spit that out real quick.
Body language, he's like, commit suicide.
tell you that those who write that kind of information are ignorant of the
Naturally.
evolutionary level above human.
I mean,
But God
They don't
forgive
know
them. They
how
know not
else
what
to
they
write.
do.
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
God doesn't forgive them.
No, I'm talking about. Well, that's what Jesus said.
Their next level people don't really forgive them. They're pretty much inconsequential.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, but I
die.
still got my dick.
Because they have none of that
Fair,
knowledge
that's a great point.
in them. But for a human to have any comprehension of the social structure of the chain of command
Stop
in
it
that
right there.
evolution,
Stop it right there. So this is right here where I told Everett, I don't need to hear this anymore. This guy's full of fucking shit. So if you go back 10
Now you just came to that conclusion.
right now, well, no, this was the deal breaker here. So if you go back 10 seconds and you listen to the pause in between where he says social structure and then what he says before that, those two, like, they can go together, those two phrases, but they don't really go together. In the pause, it took him a minute to come up with something, and you can tell it's half-assed. Go for it. Let's hear it.
in them. But for a human to have any comprehension of the social structure of
Yeah, but looking at his eyes,
That evolutionary-
he doesn't change a bit. He's right on point. He doesn't like look aside, like body mannerisms and all that. Lie to me. He's not lying.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm good at that. I play a lot of poker. So
I don't buy
level,
it.
this is a guy who's told this story 100 times. You know what I mean? This is a guy who believes.
This is a guy that's about to go to his death in 2 days.
Right. He knows his story.
And cut his cock off. Right.
I don't
He
think-
had already come
I don't
out.
think after
so,
20 years
okay,
plus.
this guy's
No
a
dick,
zealot.
Armand. No dick.
I don't think after 20 plus years, this guy's sitting on like going, okay, this is at the end of it. Still a couple details I haven't figured out. Let me think while he's doing the video. No, this guy knows his shit.
Dude, I didn't get the Amazon pre-roll fucking read right for 8 months. And when we stopped doing it, I still didn't have it right.
You're no pro. You're no pro cult leader. This guy has to
You're
talk.
not
I could
Jesus.
start a
This
fucking
guy's
cult.
Jesus.
I could start a fucking cult.
And it would
yeah,
be
but
like
that'd
your
be
stream. There'd be two people in it, and they're come and go at all times.
Hey, it'd be my fucking cult members.
But
eh?
that would be phony. This guy's
These
the
are
real
my
McCoy.
people. Yeah.
But where I still don't know where Hail Bopp comes into this because he came up with all this garbage years before
Nettles,
the comet was discovered.
Yeah, well, like Erica said before, they talked about it on Coast to Coast AM that there was possibly a ship in there.
It just basically legitimized the whole
he
fucking
kinda-
that was
scene.
a sign, I guess.
I feel
Now,
like he
here's
just
our ship.
commandeered that.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I feel
yeah.
like he commandeered that idea and said she's
Art
there.
Bell, or-
Now's the time. I'm getting kind of old. Teasing the
Oh,
ship.
yeah.
Because Art Bell had been running,
yeah.
the Phantom ship or whatever.
Well, they gave it the little bit of public eye that it needed for people that weren't there. You know what I mean?
So I
That's
guess they're just waiting for something like this to happen.
well, I mean,
That was
I wonder.
convenient.
So
would they have
I
done it,
wonder-
or if it wasn't for the comet,
Well,
would
that's
they have
what I'm
done
saying.
it?
I wonder if there was any
So,
mention of a fucking comet
hold on.
before
I didn't hear
ever.
anything. Right.
I got you.
Before Hail Bopp was around.
So there's a page on their website that is called Our Position Against Suicide. Let me read this. It's 5 paragraphs. While we know it is only while we are in these physical vehicles that we can learn lessons needed to complete our own individual transition, as well as to complete our task of offering the kingdom of heaven to this civilization one last time. We take good care of our vehicles so they can function well for us in this task, and we try to protect them from any harm. We fully desire, expect, and look forward to boarding a spacecraft from the next level very soon in our physical bodies, they say. In our physical bodies. There's no doubt in our mind that our being picked up is inevitable and in the very near future. But what happens between now and then is the big question. We are keenly aware of several possibilities. This is where it gets interesting. Because right now they're like, no, we're going with our bodies, but there's some shit we might happen.
Yeah, we don't really know.
It could happen before the spacecraft comes. One or more of us could lose our physical vehicles due to recall, cancer,
Right. Heart attack,
Accident.
stroke,
Get the fuck out of here.
hit by a bus.
accident, or at the hands of some irate individual.
Sure.
We do not anticipate this, but it is possible. Another possibility is that because of the position we take in our information, we could find so much disfavor with the powers that control this world that there could be attempts to incarcerate us or to subject us to some sort of psychological or physical torture, such as occurred at both Ruby Ridge and Waco.
Ding, ding,
Name
ding,
dropped
ding, 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 ding,
on
ding.
the site.
We have a wiener. Tell him what he's wanting, Bob.
It gets still better in my opinion. It has always been our way to examine all possibilities and be mentally prepared for whatever may come our way. For example, consider what happened at Masada around 73 AD.
I remember.
I don't.
Distinctly.
A devout
The
Jewish
Jews killed
sect,
themselves.
after holding out against a siege by the
Yeah.
Romans,
Titus, I believe.
to the best of their ability, and after seeing the murder and rape and torture of their community was inevitable, determined it was possible for them to evacuate their bodies by a more dignified and less agonizing method. We have thoroughly discussed this is him back. We have thoroughly discussed this topic of willful exit of the body under such conditions, and have mentally prepared ourselves for this possibility,
Jesus.
as can be seen in a few of our statements. However, this act certainly does not need serious consideration at this time, and hopefully will not in the future. The true meaning of suicide, quote unquote, is to turn against the next level when it's being offered. So if we're giving it to you,
and you
turn
deny
away,
it.
that's it. You're killing yourself right there.
Right.
That's
right.
suicide.
Yeah.
Anyway, in these last days, I'm almost done. We are focused on two primary tasks, and he puts it right there, in these last days. We're not thinking about suicide, but in these last days, I guess before they get picked up.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
We are focused on two primary tasks. One, of making a last attempt at telling the truth about how the next level may be entered.
Uh-huh.
Our last effort at offering to individuals of this civilization the way to avoid suicide. So they're saying, you don't want to kill yourself, listen to us.
This isn't suicide. This is a junket.
You're killing yourself. Regardless, you're going to kill yourself. Come with us and
Right.
you won't have to kill yourself.
Right.
And two, taking advantage of the rare opportunity we have each day to work individually on our personal overcoming and change in preparation for the entering of the kingdom of heaven. So that's their stance against suicide. Totally not into it unless we fucking have to. And we totally will if we have to.
Danielle wants to know, were the females' sex organs mutilated too? Well, Danielle, they were all...
That's a good question.
Well, so they didn't really consider themselves male and female. So they all dressed the same. They all had the same haircut.
Buzz cut hair. They
Right.
all were fucking
So it
jogging
said,
clothes.
what, 9 other
clothes.
members? It didn't specifically say, but it did
Yeah.
say castrated, though.
In certain cases, you can be a female and be castrated. Right?
Can you get female castration? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's
Vaginal mutilation?
Infundibulum, or that's what it is. Yeah.
Either way, so it could have been women. We
They
don't,
remove the
I don't
clitoris.
really know.
Yeah,
It didn't say.
that's actually a Muslim.
Yeah, but just removing the clitoris doesn't remove the vaginal canal, which is, in my opinion, the important sex organ. I mean, if you're removing sexuality, you could still procreate without a clitoris.
That's true.
Right.
That's
So you would have to really fuck up the vaginal canal to
Right.
remove the
I don't
sexuality,
think you can.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Perform a
that's
vasectomy.
female.
Oh, look at
That's
me.
female
I didn't
muti-
make these rules.
Are they
up.
doing vasectomies?
female mutilation.
Hey,
I don't
hey.
think you can castrate
I'm not cutting
a
nobody's
woman
tits off. I'm not cutting
unless you
nobody's.
sew her up. I
Let's
mean,
ask
that's-
Google. Can
I don't think that
you
term.
castrate? Man, my fucking Google today has been crazy. A woman. I've Googled some crazy shit today.
Yeah, this is an odd one. I don't think.
Everett, what'd you Google earlier?
Castration in women is removing of the ovaries,
Oh.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
otherwise known as a oophorectomy.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know. I think oophorectomy. Yeah. Oof, I guess. Yeah.
So,
Oocytes. Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there a diacritical mark, a diaresis above that second O?
no, there's not.
So it's oof. Yeah. Oof. Boy. Yeah. That's about what you'd say.
I don't know. I don't have ovaries. Somebody tried to remove mine, they'd have a hard time.
I don't know about that.
I think it'd be hard to remove
Sissy
my
boy.
ovaries. Oh, it says the guy doesn't want to arm wrestle.
Eric, you got to know
Wait
here.
till my
says this-
shoulder gets better.
This is remarkably story that's similar to the egg story. I read the egg story, I believe, on air one time.
Yeah,
didn't I?
man, the egg story's cool.
You want to read it?
I'll read it.
Read the egg story.
It's a
How you
little
feeling on your
long.
reading today? I'm feeling like I'm reading pretty good today.
Go for it then, please.
All right, hold on, let me
Yeah.
get the-
Yeah. Well,
I got a link right here. I'll
Some
send it
days
to
you know how it is. You read like a fucking dickwad, and some days you don't. Today I feel like
so-
I'm not.
So I got you. Hang on, one sec. Discord.
I got it. I got it right here. I got it
Oh,
open.
okay.
So it's probably take 2 or 3 minutes to read through. It's called The Egg by Andy Weir. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident.
Hang
Nothing.
on. Everybody, shut your eyes and just listen to Everett's beautiful voice for a minute and put yourself in.
You were on your way home.
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
died.
Try to be a little more placid.
Put yourself
huh?
in this
It
fucking.
was an accident.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless.
No English.
Yeah.
I'm trying not
more
to be
enunciation.
Accents. Just.
You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was
Can we
a
turn the
painless
lights
death.
off?
Right behind you.
The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened, you asked? Where am I? You died, I said matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck and it was skidding. Yup, I said. I died? Yup, but you don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies, I said. You looked around. There was nothingness, just you and me. What is this place, you asked? Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are you God, I asked. Yep, I replied, I'm God. My kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You died and your main concern is for your family. That's the good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. More of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow a contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, you said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, you said. So the Hindus were right. All the religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk a while we talk. So what's the point then, you asked? When I get reborn, it'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So all of my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter. Not so, I said. You'll have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you could possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You just put a tiny bit of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you gain all the experiences it had. You've been in human form for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. There's no point in doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots and lots. And in lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what?
Hell with that.
You're stammered, you're sending me back in time? Well, technically, I guess. Time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from, you said. Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Where was that? Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated in other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know what's happening. So what's the point of it all? Seriously, I asked. Seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical? Well, it is a reasonable question, he persisted. I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind?
You want us to mature?
You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become larger and with greater intellect. Just me. What about everyone else? There is no one else, I said. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me, but all the people on Earth. All you. Different incarnations of you. Wait, I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap on the back. I'm every human being who ever lived or that will ever live? Yes, I'm Abraham Lincoln, and you're John Wilkes Booth too, I added. I'm Hitler, you said appalled, and you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus, and you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimize something, I said, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time and asked, why? Why do all of this? Because someday you will be like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said incredulously. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, you said, is just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. I sent you on your way. It's a pretty good story.
Oh, horse shit.
You didn't like that story? It's very similar, at least, to the Hail Bopp
No
story.
second act.
There is no second act. That's true. Stop thinking of it so literally. Think about it in relation to our context today. It's very similar to the Hail Bopp or the Kingdom of Heaven. Different levels of reincarnation, coming back many times, learning your experiences, earning your way up to the next level.
It all gels. It all makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I said this whole thing, what they believe, reminded me of this poem, story, whatever you want to call it, The Egg.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
I thought so too.
I actually don't have a problem with this guy coming up with this hokum. But I mean, what imbeciles are listening to this and believing it? That's what gets me.
Well, it's the same with any cult. I mean, you catch somebody at the right time of their life, you can get them to believe anything.
Yeah, but you're gonna kill yourself, cut off your dick and kill yourself. That's different from just joining a cult and hey, listen, we get together every couple of weeks. We get together and have a few drinks and have a blood ritual or something.
I imagine that's why it's hard to really get mass numbers in these cults.
Well, apparently he's turning people away.
Think about this: how many insane asylums we got in this country?
Not as many as we used to. We don't have that many.
1,000?
What's that mean? You got more crazies running around now?
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, absolutely.
Even 500 crazy, or even 500 insane asylums, with say 50 crazies in each one. That's
way
2,500
more than that. There's
more.
way
25,000.
more than
Yeah, but there's
that.
different kinds of crazy. This is
point
beyond the pale.
We're
crazy.
talking Arkham and criminally insane.
Thinking you're Jesus, that's kind of crazy.
Judge, slow them down for a minute. I'm just trying to show that there is enough crazy people in this country that it's
will
not hard to
follow.
believe to get a few dozen to follow you.
That's true.
Especially in a place like L.A. with as many people who live in L.A. County, you could have got enough homeless people to join you. Think about that.
Yep. If you're offering a meal, they'll.
Well, in Portland, I think it's Portland, Oregon, right now. Is it Portland? Somewhere the homeless problem is so fucking bad right now with so many crazeless homeless people. Like 52% of all arrests in Portland right now are homeless people who are just fucking nuts.
That's a shame.
My point is, it's not hard to get these people, in my opinion. I think I could start a cult with a little bit of bravado in my voice and a little bit of...
I'm not doubting that, but like I said, this takes it to, when you say this and we're going to cut our dicks off and kill ourselves.
When you've been with somebody 20 years, you start reinforcing everyone's beliefs. Think about that, too. They're not going like, yeah, man, but probably not. They're going, oh, you're fucking right, and probably this crazy shit. Oh, you're probably right, too.
And we should cut our dick off. Like,
well, that's when I'd run away. I mean,
you
a crazy
probably
person.
would.
Well...
Think about the one guy.
My sanity's been
I'm going to cut my own
doubted,
dick
too.
off first and cuts it off in front of everybody. Didn't hurt. I'm fucking crazy and it didn't hurt. You guys should do it too. Okay. I'm going to cut my dick off. Is that how that goes?
Man, I'm not cutting my dick off. It's just not happening.
Even the James Jones, some of them tried to get away.
Jim Jones, yeah.
Yeah, right. They weren't all just dying to, that's
Waka
maybe-
waka.
Yeah.
Weren't-
Might be the wrong
God
term.
damn it, Armand.
I don't think that was intentional either.
No, that was good.
They weren't all volunteering. They're I don't know.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, well, I guess as cults go, this one takes the cake. If you ask me.
You think this is your favorite cult?
It's pretty
no,
good.
not my favorite. It's the screwiest.
This is the what's the word I'm looking for? The number one, like the prototypical cult, if you will. Like all cults could aspire to do this well.
I think the prototypical cult is Koresh. I want you got to join my cult. I got to screw your wife and your daughters, at
Yeah.
least the good-looking
That was
ones.
a good
or
one,
whatever.
yeah, the
That's a
Branch
cult.
Because he
Davidians.
didn't fuck the ugly one.
What were they?
Yeah, right.
Seven?
That's cool. That's what a cult is all about.
That's cool. Armand's like, I can get behind that
see,
guy.
that'd be my cult.
What's interesting though, the Seventh-day Adventist, which was what David Koresh and his followers were, they still exist. That's still the whole thing.
Yeah, he was just a wild ass.
They still believe everything that David Koresh said, basically. So I don't know. That one still exists. So they didn't wipe them
that
all
just
out.
goes to prove my point. That's a great cult. It hangs around.
So what's the difference
These
between a cult like Koresh who lets other people kill him, or the Heaven's
Yeah,
Gate
but he
taking
didn't
their
mean
hand?
for that to happen.
Oh, so you say.
Janet Reno killed that poor guy.
So you said, like he didn't think it
he
could have
was
been.
Bro,
minding
they
his own
drove
business.
tanks up into that compound.
yeah, they set him on fire.
You don't think that he at some point knew that, like?
No, I don't think
Then why
so.
did they have all the weapons? They knew that something was coming. That was going to come to a head.
I think, yeah.
he's got
but
a
I
point
didn't think they were
there,
going to firebomb the place, It's like probably-
Firebomb. Shoot the shit out of it. Start a fight. All it takes is a few fucking couple guys at the door shooting shots.
Well,
he's probably thinking there's going to be some fucking
I don't think it
cowboy
was
FBI
suicidal
men.
though. I don't think it was a suicidal
He
cult.
probably was, but I could see it going that way. My
Well,
point is,
Ruby Ridge, they want to be left alone, so they're going to fight.
yeah.
I can't blame them.
I don't either.
Ruby Ridge. That whole fucking
that
deal
was
was
the government
fucked up.
too.
Yeah, that was all fucked up.
Yeah. So I don't blame.
Let me ask you this: do you think people should be freely able to create a religion / cult, whatever you want to call this, and take it as far as to commit suicide in a ritualistic manner like this. Mass
Yes.
suicide.
As long as it doesn't infringe on other people's rights and they're not
See, I don't know about
keeping
that.
anyone there by their
Well,
so
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah,
power of
right.
manipulation.
That's what Jim
can be
Jones might
strong-
have said
that can
too.
be strong too. The power of just to be able to manipulate people like that into telling them whatever the fuck they want to hear to keep them there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So, what's the difference, in my opinion, than a cult leader getting people to eventually commit suicide than the person telling somebody you ought to kill yourself? You should go ahead and kill yourself because you can get in trouble for that, for convincing someone to kill
Well, that's what I'm
themselves.
saying. I don't abide by it. I don't think. I mean, but it's one thing if you say, look, I'm Jesus, and to go to heaven, you got to screw me as long as you're good looking, of course.
That's your type of cult.
That's cool. I don't think I have any problem with that.
That's not cool.
no.
Well, I don't know if it's cool, maybe, but
It's
I
called
think it's
taking
legal. I'd make
advantage
it
of
legal.
and rape.
What's that, Eric?
I think that's rape.
Yeah, that's
that's
not really
rape?
rape. I mean,
So like the kind of
dumb
cults
enough,
Harper.
it's just because they're brainwashed doesn't mean it's rape.
Yeah.
well, it just seems like rape with extra steps.
That's true. It's rape with extra steps.
As opposed to buying somebody dinner and taking her out dancing. and
that's
things
rape
like
with
that.
extra
That's
steps,
rape.
too.
Yeah, right.
Well, no,
It's about
'cause
the
then-
same thing, and
'cause
getting her
then you've
drunk.
paid for it. I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
that's
cool then.
prostitution with
Okay,
extra steps.
all right, we're getting off the topic here, guys.
Is that not prostitution with extra steps then?
Well, I mean, we'd call it escorting, I would think.
Prostitution is such a harsh word.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's about all we got for the main topic today.
It's good. So, final thoughts on them, though, man. They're fucking nuts. They were all nuts.
I
The
feel
leader
sorry.
was fucking nuts.
I pity them. I honestly pity them for people looking so hard for an answer about the afterlife and for an answer to the cosmos and everything and where we come
And
from.
that's what it is. It's the need for human fucking. Humans
Need
need,
to belong.
that. Yeah, god damn it.
guess.
And it drove these people
Join a
so
fraternity, God damn it.
Well, and they had such a romantic view of science fiction.
Join the Elks.
You know what I mean? And a belief that the evolution will happen.
Yeah, he was-
And there
he
is a next
really-
level we got to get
But-
to.
far. He
as-
really peaked he hit his target audience. If he was on social media today, he'd have fucking succeeded 100% because he hit his demographic perfectly and just above and beyond everything he needed to do to keep these guys there and believing and
And it was really at that point in history in the late 90s, before the takeoff of the internet, we were still in something of an ignorant time period as our existence as humans, to cults and crazy religions. You'd had a few of them. You'd seen Koresh happen. You'd seen Jim Jones.
you just didn't have the access to go look them up if you wanted to find out.
Right. There had
unbiased
been a handful.
information.
There had been a handful of national news stories that were
Right.
like this, but it's not like this day and age where it's completely like
what are-
everybody's looking out for cults these days.
So what are the odds that this guy was right? This is actually truth.
Why don't you answer that there, Armand? What do you
yeah, what do you feel the odds are?
About the same as global warming.
I'd agree with you.
Flat Earth.
Well, so I think this
more
and global
likely.
warming have a lot to do with
kind of
it.
a rape.
Absolutely, I think so too. That's
The guy in the
I
chat
call that
said
a
it.
cult.
The guy in the chat said, he said, tell Armand this. He said, they're the same thing except this has killed people.
Ooh, that's right. Absolutely, very good. Who was
I
that?
don't remember. It was earlier in the
I
show.
may borrow that.
It
Thank
was
you
earlier
very
in the
much.
show.
Very profound. Anyway, I mean, as cults go, you think this is a quintessence? I think this is even off the scale of cults. You know, like I said, cults to me is like a few college,
I think
college
this
guys
is
getting
exactly a cult.
true, but I mean,
Jim
I think
Jones, was he not a cult? Was there sex
No, I
involved
think
in
they
him?
took it too far. That's what I'm saying. If you want to have a cult, it'd be like L. Ron Hubbard. He knew his bullshit was, he knew what it was all about.
Yeah.
You want to say, what did he say about, you want to make money? The fast way to make $1 million is to start a cult or something?
no.
Or religion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
L. Ron
he
Hubbard
knew.
said you don't make money being a science fiction writer. You make money starting a religion.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He wrote
That's
more
brilliant.
pieces of fiction than fucking almost any author ever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And-
he was very prolific. He didn't make a damn cent.
yeah,
Of course,
well-
I've read some of his stuff, and that's why. But still, I mean,
He made some money on
At least he
Scientology,
didn't
though.
believe his own bullshit. I don't think. I think he knew what was going on. So
agree.
Frank suggests a name change to cults, conspiracies, and cocksuckers.
I don't know about
We don't do
that.
enough paranormal anymore. We do more
Cock-
cocksucking than
cock-
paranormal.
we do talk about
Cock
dick.
clippers. I mean, this guy cut his dick, right?
Yeah, we do talk
Oh, is
about
he talking
dick.
about us?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, maybe.
Guys, I'm killing it. Check us out,
Yeah.
surrealtalkpodcast.com. Be sure to leave your voicemails there. There's a little widget on the side.
Buy a Surreal t-shirt.
There's no Surreal Talk t-shirts yet.
Oh, yeah.
Stop bringing that up. You're going to make people think I'm going to do
was
something
that
soon.
Frank that said that?
Yeah.
Well, why does he make up some blocks LGBTQ positive for us if he thinks that's what we are?
I don't understand.
That doesn't... Frank, belay that order.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that, Frank.
Check us out on social media. Actually, just go to Google. I'm going to Google it right now and show you what you get. Just Google Surreal space talk and hit enter. First things first is our website. Then the about the show on the website. And then you're getting our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube right off the bat. And then just shit tons more. Apple, Stitcher, Player FM. It is not hard to find us on the internet.
No.
Just Google Surreal Talk. You'll get the fucking works.
I've been doing a lot of work the last few years on search engine optimization.
And it's paid dividends for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we'll stick around at YouTube. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes for the after show. Send us your emails at info@Surreal Talk Podcast. Other than that, we'll see you in a few.
Yep.
Thanks.
Have a jolly day.
Thanks, guys, out there on
all.
YouTube.
Not a cult.
Pardon me.
Not a cult, Armand says. No cult
No
here.
sex, no cult.
No call, not a call. Armand says, "Guys, thanks for showing up. What do we? Let's see what we got here. Let me load the chat. It felt like a short show, but I feel like we stuck a lot of shit in this one. You know?
Fuck. Yeah, we did. We got a lot of facts in there. A lot of them, dude.
I feel like it was a good show. 1 to 10, folks. We haven't 1 to 10 in a while.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Let me get a 1 to 10 scale here
I get a 1 to 10 scale.
on the Kardashev scale.
Google pure ratios for Keith. Keith says Google that.
Google. That's pure ratios. P-U.
There's good people over there.
R-E space R-A-T-I-O-N-S.
Daniel gives it a 6.
Oh,
Danielle gives
S.
it a 6.
Eek. Danielle. God
Eric
damn.
gives it a 9.
Eric Kilmer, 9. Appreciate that.
69.
Hey, he did that on purpose, probably.
Okay.
Frank Lones, you guys were cult blocks.
You guys want call blocks? 8, 7. So, you know.
Well, it's a hit or miss here. It's real talk. Depending on the flat Earth.
Hey, you know what? We're normally like a 2. So we'll take these 6s and 7s.
No flat Earth talk tonight, buddy. We were just doing a cult. What size Red Sox hat do you want, Eric? Well, it depends on if you're talking new era.
We don't
or if you
do
mean
Red
snapback
Sox
or
in this
fitted.
house. You get beat up in this office for Red Sox.
Is that right?
They fired a guy just last week.
I would. Okay, yeah. In that case, send it to the aforementioned address.
What size hat is that?
This is a 3930 small medium.
I don't think they make hats that small. Oh, damn it. They obviously do. Tough crowd. All right, guys. We're out. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Eric, you good?
Yeah.
Eric says he's good. See you guys in a few.